Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I am back with another video here. A really solid, strong win from the Flyers tonight. A 5-1 win over the Buffalo Sabres. A really bounce back game from last game. They finally get some goals. They're just completely snake bitten these past couple of games from Anaheim, where they were kind of in it and not at times. And then Carolina, you're fighting for a goal. And then Buffalo again. I mean, so many chances in that game in the third, and couldn't really make a save. Good for Sam Ersson, man. I mean, just actually, a really solid game for Sam Ersson. I mean, there's really not much else the way to describe it. I mean, a really solid performance for him, and made some good saves tonight, right? And I know that sounds so like such a stupid comment, but like he was good. Like, the Flyers only had 19 shots in this game, but it didn't really feel like that. It didn't feel like a game where they were like completely flustered just to get any offensive looks at the net or anything like that. Like, they had scoring chances in this game. Might not have turned into shots, but they had a lot of zone time. Not a great night for draws again. Only 40% for the whole game. Buffalo had a lot of block shots too. That was part of it for the Flyers. They had 21 blocks. Flyers led in the hit department. Penalties were the same, 11 and 11. Both teams over 2 on the power play. Flyers power play has not been good. But again, a really good first period. I mean, 3 goals. Scotty Law and Louis Belpedio with his first NHL goal. 2 goals on 2 shots. And then Travis Konecny would add on a breakaway. I mean, just a really solid start to this period. And again, this is the Flyers have done this. Like, I thought there were some really good games from good guys in this. Like, if you're looking up and down the lineup, the Konecny Frost Forrester line was fantastic. Frost was good. I thought Forrester had a really solid game. Drew 2 penalties. If Konecny and Forrester could have finished some of the chances, that line probably would have had like 4 or 5 points, and Frost would have had a couple too to kind of get off the shine and get his first couple points of the year too. And I put a tweet up about that. I put a tweet up about that. I think it got kind of taken out of context, because I'm not trying to say that. Like, what I was saying was, like the way I worded the tweet was like Frost. If Konecny and Forrester could have finished, Frost would have had a couple points. And that's not me saying that. Like, I know it sounds bad, but it's not me saying that like those guys are not playing well or can't score or do anything. Like, those guys are contributing. Like, Travis Konecny is contributing. Like, he's scoring. He has 9 goals on the year. He's been fantastic. Tyson Forrester, he's been snake bitten. I mean, he's had a lot of chances, but like, you can't sit here and deny that if those guys put the puck in, like, that line would have had like 4 or 5 points tonight. And I wasn't just trying to say Frost, but all that little stuff kind of plays into it. So, as for, again, that line tonight, really solid game for them. I liked the fourth line. I mean, they had a tough shift on the goal from Buffalo from Yuki Haru, but really solid game outside of that. I mean, did their job, physical, made a lot of solid plays just overall. The defense I thought was good. I thought Sean Walker's been so good. Sean Walker has been incredible. It's very hard for me to pick the best defenseman so far. And it's hard for me to really say like who could be the best one for the year, because like Versto hasn't played yet and all that stuff. I know a lot of people like those picks early, and then you kind of go back and laugh at them later. But to me, best defenseman of the season has been Sanheim. All around has been so good, and it's not even just that like a difference between him and Walker. It's just like Sanheim had a lot more negative feedback on him going into this year, and everyone kind of wrote him off, and he's just basically said F you to everyone, and he's been great. Sean Walker's been a pleasant surprise. I think everybody like expected, I didn't, but everyone expected him to be like this cap dump. I'm like, let's see what he is first. So yeah, I mean, a solid game again from the D. I'd like the equals of Wool tonight. Obviously, Belpedio, a great story there. Obviously, he mentioned his grandparents too recently passing away, and he thought of them when he scored his first NHL goal. It's awesome stuff. So, again, really solid game. I liked, Farabee and Brink. Lawton had a good game. A lot of guys had good games for the Flyers tonight. I thought the Tippett, Cates, Atkinson line was a little quiet offensively, but everyone else picked it up. So it's not like it's gonna matter too much when you score 5 in a game and 3 in the first period and all that too. So, you can have lines and players can have off nights like this if everyone else picks it back up. You know what I mean? It's just things like that. And I thought Atkinson was actually really good last game. I thought Tippett had some moments too. So as for, again, first period, like I mentioned, 3-on-2 rush, Scott Lawton, 1-0. Louis Belpedio, first initial goal, 2-0. It's like, whoa. Flyers are back. 3-0. Travis Konecny would score. Flyers, the shots were 8-1 Flyers with about a little over eight minutes left in the first. Tippett had a chance in tight off a pass from Atkinson. Forrester drew another penalty. The power play did nothing tonight. Forrester was tripped, and then he was high-sticked. Konecny, again, like I mentioned, scores. Beautiful shot. I mean, he's been so lethal on breakaways, Konecny. Second period, as for that one, I mean, yeah, Buffalo, they had some chances, but I thought the Flyers did a good job. They kind of weathered the storm. The Sabres had looks. They had chances. They caught up to the Flyers in the shot category at one point and obviously outshot them for the game, 22-19. But, Thompson had a chance in tight. ERSSON made some great saves, made the diving save. He had a couple really good ones. Had a great save on Thompson from the point with Tuck in front. Had nice. I thought it was a nice one on Skinner, but it ended up hitting the side of the net. Really, really, really good game from Sam Ersson again. I mean, the Flyers had some chances. Frost set up, Forrester and Konecny a couple times. Hathaway would score to make it 4-0. His second goal as a Flyer. He was assist away from the Gordie Howe hat trick. Slam dunk. Beautiful pass by Ryan Poehling. I think what I've loved the most about the switches in the fourth line is like the Carolina game, Poehling comes out, Hathaway gets a big goal and really good shift. And, you get the play tonight. You get a fight, you get some physical play. They did score a goal, but they also gave up 1-2. And, I don't think the fourth line's been great since the preseason, but they've been effective in their own right. And I feel like there are times when you kind of see them a lot. But it's understandable, I think, with kind of how the season's kind of gone. And, they've been that kind of like the little bit of that energy line. I don't always think that hits and fights can bring a ton of energy, but I think they bring some. I don't think they just don't do nothing. Like, that's just kind of a stupid statement. But they definitely do something. I just don't know how effective it is because I don't know. I mean, I've never played ice hockey, so like that's part of it too. But yeah, I mean, definitely goals are a big part of that. And again, the fourth line getting a goal tonight too, that's huge. And again, third period Flyers again. I mean, they bent a little bit, but it was a comfortable lead. I didn't feel worried or scared that it's like, oh, Buffalo's going to have some chances here. Like, it wasn't that at all. Yoki Haru would make it 4-1, and ERSSON after that had a great save on Thompson. And that's the difference with ERSSON. They score a goal, and it's one that ERSSON probably could have had. It's a kind of a change-up coming at him. It's a play where it's like a little bit of a turnover, a breakdown. The winger over commits and kind of handcuffs him and goes through his arm under his glove and over the pad, and you're like, shit, it's 4-1. But when you look at the next play, Sabres got a high quality scoring chance, makes a great pad save on Tage Thompson, who in the last game, Flyers had chances. It's a 3-2 lead for Buffalo, around 7-8 minutes left. One-on-one play, snipes it past glove side, it's 4-2, and that was the game. That was the difference with ERSSON tonight. Like, he makes the save, he makes that play where it's like, it's a big save because, in recent games, he hasn't been able to make that save. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and say, like, I thought that ERSSON wasn't capable of doing that. Like, clearly he's good. And clearly the Flyers have faith in him. The hard thing about this now is that Felix Sandstrom is hurt. Don't really know what's going on with that. We'll see if there's an update there. Obviously, Hart is day-to-day. We'll see what happens. Sandstrom's hurt. You have Peterson. You have ERSSON. I mean, yeah, it's not good. It almost seems like that was kind of obvious that was going to happen, considering you didn't play Sandstrom for a month. You kept him on your roster because you were basically scared he was going to get picked off waivers for I don't know what reason why. I think to me, there's probably a couple teams that probably could have looked at him. I know Tampa needed a goalie, and everybody was saying that around, the whole waiver thing and when the roster was supposed to officially come out and all that. But obviously that was, after the news of Andrei Vasilevsky getting hurt. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens in the goalie department, but ERSSON had a really good game tonight to stick it with this game. And, there'll obviously be some injury updates in the next couple of days. Again, Flyers are back Saturday. Obviously, it's the first of 12 back-to-back games. They're home against the Los Angeles Kings here Saturday, tomorrow. So, Yeah, I mean, again, after that, Bobby Brink would get his third of the year, second multi-point game. Great pass by Farabee, great play by Farabee. I thought Farabee was a little quiet offensively up until that. Again, I thought it was a solid game, though, for him and that line. I thought they had some good moments. I thought Lawton was very good, too. So, Brink, goal in a primary tonight, and solid game for Brink, too. He's been really good. And then how about Hathaway picking apart Dylan Cousins? That was great. Cousins picked the wrong guy to dance with, and Hathaway kind of made him look stupid. Tippett had a chance before that. He's had some looks. I'd like to see Tippett get more open. I feel like every time he's had, like last year, it felt like when Tippett was one-on-one or had a little bit of open ice, he could rip the shot off and it would get on net. A lot of the time now, I feel like it's getting blocked or hasn't been able to get it off in a really tight space. Like, that's a little bit of a difference with Tippett that I've noticed so far. So maybe we'll see if that changes. But hey, a really solid win tonight, 5-1 over the Buffalo Sabres. Back at it again tomorrow, like I mentioned, against the Los Angeles Kings. Thanks everybody again for all the support. As always, really fun watch party as well. Again, Flyers are 2-2 this year on the watch party, so a lot of fun there. And the next one is next Saturday night. Flyers are taking on the LA Kings in LA, going out to California. That'll start at 10:30 on YouTube. So it should be a lot of fun. Again, thanks everybody again for all the support. Make sure to check out all of our Maher Media stuff on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the website with the articles, everything that we do. It's awesome stuff. Thanks everybody again, and I'll talk to you all again soon.